All right, in this video, I'm going to talk about a crazy Disney secret I think is an amazing secret. I learned about in a book called The Disney Wars, but also was reminded of on Mother's Day weekend. And we'll talk a little bit about why they do it and how it affects your business and how you can replicate it, especially if you're a digital agency. I think this is something you can learn really quickly from a digital agency. But, you know, I love Disney World, and we would spend a weekend at Epcot for Mother's Day weekend, and I love Disney not just for obviously the rides and all that, but I love it to see just the mechanisms, everything that's put into it, everything that happens behind the scenes to make it so smooth. 30, 40, 50,000 people a day going through there and relatively incident free. This is one of my favorite rides, not my favorite ride, but my second or third favorite ride, the Millennium Falcon ride. It is really cool. And so I was lucky the day after Mother's Day, because we stayed out there, I could get into the park early and got to ride the two busiest rides at Hollywood Studios, Rise of the Resistance, which is my second favorite, and Millennium Falcon. And these rides are absolutely incredible. This one you get to drive the Millennium Falcon, or actually I was the gunner. If you want to guess what my favorite ride is, you can put it down below. But I did pretty well. I was a marauder. But this is what the secret is of Disney. There's so many different things when you learn about Disney that you see in the parks, and you're like, wow, this guy really had vision. But this one was actually because of Bob Iger, and I learned about it reading the Disney Wars, as I said. So Disney executives once a year need to dress up as Goofy or one of the characters, and they actually learn the signatures of these people, of the Goofy. And these are Disney execs that are making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, millions of dollars a year. And they have to get into these suits. Now, it was hot that morning. It was, 84. It was going to get up to 90s. And they still have to act the part, be the part. But think about how this shifts your perspective, right? Number one, they get to see what it looks like for a child to come up to one of these characters, right? They really feel the emotion. It's beyond numbers of hearing or interviewing a child of what it thought about, meeting Goofy for the first time. They get to see it and feel the emotion, right? How do you think that transforms how they work and the perspective of work? And so, that's one of the things I think that we all need to install in our business. And I think the easiest way to do it is through interviewing your clients, having people interview your clients, right? And listen to the interviews, interview for the story, find those moments, find the emotions, interview them all along the way. I've got a few documents on it, and obviously you can get a copy of the book, video testimonials. It's all about that. I'm not doing this to promote the book. This stuff is what inspired me to write the book, to focus on video case stories, because it's so important. So number two important part of this is it gives them a perspective of what it's like to do someone else's job. And I feel, in our business, if you're an entrepreneur, a sole entrepreneur, you know what it's like to wear all the hats. But if you have a bigger business, you forget what it's like to do certain parts of the job, right? You forget, today I'm going to a shoot. I'm going to haul equipment around. I'm going to do all the pieces because I remember how hard it is. But I want to have sympathy for my team members, empathy for my team members, not sympathy. So I think this is another important piece of it, right? That they also see that the executives are doing this, right? And doing it and feeling it. And when you do that, right? And when you really get that emotion, when you really get that feeling of what your customers see and what they do, it transforms how you come at work, but it transforms how you plan for this, right? How you plan for these experiences, how you think about this, because we get so busy. These executives are thinking about parking and safety and team morale, which they build here. This brings us back down. And I think anyone that's hiring a marketer or if you are the marketer for your business, this is one of the most important things that you can do. Absolute most important things you can do. I've spent so much time, and people are always like, well, Ian, how do you write great headlines, or how do you find these keywords, or how do you understand this so quickly? And it's because of this. Now, I didn't dress up as Goofy. I'm not sure I could fit in that suit. But I have spent so much time interviewing our customers, or our clients' customers. I've interviewed thousands of them, right? Thousands, which makes me an expert on that industry. I'm marketing to that industry. I don't need to know how the theme park works. I need to know how to get the people excited to come to the theme park. And if you're a digital agency owner, if you're a marketer, this is the most important skill you can develop, is understanding the customer, understanding the client, understanding their story, really deeply understanding it, getting in that suit, interviewing them. And if you're a business owner, you should regularly be collecting these stories so you can hear them, so you can feel them, and it'll shift your perspective too. So this is probably one of the most important things we can do, and I think it's an amazing lesson from Disney as a whole, and Bob Iger. I think it's an amazing thing that they do, and I'm sure some of the people don't enjoy getting in there sweating, but if you want to really dominate marketing, if you want to be the Disney of your industry, this is what it takes. And everyone needs to be doing it in your entire company, and you need to make it a priority. So how do you make it a priority? Like them, finally, you install this. They have to do this annually, right? This isn't a one and done thing. They're not hopping in that suit once and I checked off the box. They are listening to their customers, seeing their customers, feeling their experience once a year at least as an executive. So in your business, install listening to the stories constantly. In future videos, I'm going to talk about the case story flywheel and how this can actually build your business and how to do that. And we're going to talk about how to install this in your business. If you want any of those videos, let me know below. And when they come out, we'll put them in the comments. And if you need anything else, let me know. But really, this should be a focus of your business. And if you're not, mark off 30 minutes a week to focus on your customers. And if you're a digital agency owner, get in front of your clients and get in front of their clients and listen to their stories.